Top 10 Most Beautiful Cities in the World. Do you need some travel inspiration? Are you confused about where to go next for your vacations? How about a trip to one of the most beautiful cities in the world? These cities not only possess breathtaking views and majestic buildings, but come with a full package that promises entertainment, luxury, fun, and a variety of natural and man-made beauty. If you're still not convinced, continue watching this video to see top 10 most beautiful cities in the world. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Number 10. Kyoto, Japan. When you're in Kyoto, it's as though time has stopped completely. This old Japanese capital has the charm of an old city where people still wear kimonos. It is one of the few Japanese cities that wasn't bombed during the Second World War, so almost all of its buildings and history are still there. Kyoto is the cultural and film center of Japan. It is on the island of Honshu. Here, there are more than 1,600 Buddhist temples, 400 Shinto shrines, old imperial villas, movie studios, and more than 200 gardens that are thought to be the most beautiful in the country because of the variety of plants that grow here. Number 9. St. Petersburg, Russia. Russia is home to a city called Venice of the North because it has canals and more than 300 bridges. It also has opulent palaces left over from the time of the Tsar's Empire. This city is St. Petersburg, and it is one of the most beautiful cities ever because of its architecture. This city was once the capital of Russia. Its streets and squares saw some of the bloodiest parts of the country's history. Now it is an open-air museum that is covered by snow in the winter. Its cathedrals, palaces, and other buildings stand out because of their bright colors. The Hermitage Museum has some of the best art in the world, and visitors can also see some of the rooms from the time of the Romanov dynasty. Number 8. Bergen, Norway. Bergen is one of the most beautiful cities in the world and one of the most photographed cities in Norway. Its old neighborhood, Bergen, was once home to the Hanseatic League. It is located in the middle of 7 hills, and it also has the gateway to the Norwegian fjords. So it shouldn't be a surprise that it is one of the best places to stop and look at this natural wonder. Number 7. Dubrovnik, Croatia. During the Balkan War, Dubrovnik was one of the cities that was bombed the most, and it sustained the most damage. Even though it was hurt, this European city has been able to bring back the beauty of its past. This old city is known as the Pearl of the Adriatic because of how important it was in the arts and sciences and is hidden behind a wall. Inside it, we find a city that has a unique atmosphere that mixes art and tradition. Knights, fishermen, thieves, kings, and merchants once walked its streets. Many of the old craftsmen's homes have been turned into galleries, workshops, or small shops. This city's beauty has also inspired TV shows like Game of Thrones. Number 6. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town, one of the most culturally diverse cities in Africa, is a must-see site for any journey to South Africa, and it has done the best job of blending its European roots with its African personality. The most interesting thing about it is the bright colors of its houses. Like its surroundings, it is mostly made up of untouched nature. We can find big hills and lots of plants, as well as beaches with clear water and penguin colonies. Some of the best vineyards in the country are also very close to the city. Number 5. Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon is one of the most diverse cities in the world. It is built on a series of hills that lead down to the Grand Tagus River. Beautiful, unexpected views can be found at every turn along its colorful, picture-perfect streets, and especially at the top of each hill where strategic viewpoints of terraces have been set up. The city has a rough, seductive look, with details like cobblestone designs, tiled facades, and pastel-colored buildings that blend together to give it a unique atmosphere that other cities have lost. Number 4. San Francisco, USA. The city of the slopes is thought to be one of the most beautiful cities in the United States. It is one of the most popular places for tourists to go because it has a lot of gardens, parks where you can get away from the city, and beaches. The Golden Gate is one of America's most famous landmarks. So is Lamo Square, where the well-known painted ladies can be found. Number 3. Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul, which is halfway between Europe and Asia, is a good example of how old traditions and modern ideas from the West can live together. At first, it was called Byzantium, and then it was changed to Constantinople. In the oldest part of the city, you can still feel its history. There are some of the city's most important buildings, like the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, the Cisterna Basilica, the Topkapi Palace, and the Grand Bazaar. On the other side of the Bosphorus, where culture and life have become much more westernized, is its most cosmopolitan area. Number 2. Venice, Italy. The city of the Channel's Venice, located in Italy, is made up of more than 100 small islands linked together by more than 400 bridges. Its main attraction is that it is a pedestrian-only city with only boats allowed to travel through its channels. Because of this, Venice is known as the most romantic and unique city in Europe. It shows the work of many artists. It is known for its Renaissance architecture and the Plaza de San Marcos. There are some of the most popular Italian cafes and restaurants among tourists. Number 1. San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. This Mexican city is one of the quietest cities located in the middle of the country. It is in the state of Guanajuato, and it is also one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It has both a colonial past, which can be seen in many of its buildings, and a Mexican spirit. This is clear from the many canteens on its streets, in its markets, in its food, and in many of its museums. It was also a key part of the Mexican War of Independence, which is why Miguel Hidalgo's roots go through this city today. If you want to know more amazing travel tips and discover stunning destinations across the world, then make sure to check out our next video.